Hello again. Welcome to part 2. This is going to be all about. I'm not going to do my whole spiel because this is basically this one video. I just split into two. But we've got our vendors from Whinny City Polycon as well as the charity auction. Let's get into it because we have a lot of vendors, and one vendor has a lot of stuff. I guess I'll put them over here and just kind of pull people. We're going to start with this vendor. This is a bag of melee. We've had a month of melee, and we're gonna have another one of those in the future. But for this convention, we have a bag of melee because there is a lot that I got from her. Starting with the bag, keep dumping this. I'm gonna just pick it back up again so you can see it. But it's just all the Luna, just so much Luna. We've got G1 season 1 Luna, regular Luna. We've got Nightmare Moon, and we've got Tiberius, her faithful pet, who unfortunately doesn't show up for the show. I just fell in love with this bag, so I grabbed it. I fell in love with this bag too, so I grabbed it, and also I think she had a deal for like 2 bags for, whatever. But I just love this main 6 bag, and so I grabbed this as well. I think there were a couple of the bags too. One thing that was really funny that I found out when I think I unboxed this, the first video I did, there is no Fluttershy. Well, there is. So, like, here is an example. Here is a piece of Fluttershy right there. But as you can see, all the rest of the main 6 have full headshots, or I guess bust shots. There is just the way this was cut and manufactured. There's no Fluttershy on this bag, so that's not on Miss Melee. She did draw Fluttershy as part of the group. Just wherever you see her, she's cut off. I don't know. I just found that funny. I'm also kind of mad because I wish it was Rainbow Dash. But anyway, they're both really nice bags. They have little inside pockets here. You can put something else in. There we go. And it does zip at the top. Hard to see, and I've got paws, but maybe you can see, like, above this, you can see like a little zipper line. So you can like zip this closed and make sure everything in it is secure. So really cool. But I got more than bags. These next items are going to be small, so I'm going to go ahead and take my paws off. These you've seen before, just not these characters. I backed her Keychains of Friendship Kickstarter, and I unboxed those ways ago. I gotten Luna, Twilight, and Starlight with that, as well as 3 of my OCs. I went ahead and grabbed a few more in preparation for an Eat-A-Bag panel, like a My Little Pony Eat-A-Bag panel bag. I don't know how to say things. That's coming up. That person's starting to move, and I think the Discord bag that was made separately is on its way to me. But I got these in preparation for a few of the panels. And with those panels, we'll get into it when the panels actually get here. It's one Eat-A-Bag, and you have different characters with their respective inserts. So you can just swap out panels and inserts instead of having to have multiple bags. It's very similar to what Persona Pins did with their, I think it was Eat-A-Buddies. I'm not sure what the name of the campaign was. I've long unboxed it, but they had different animals that stuck to the one bag, so you could just buy different panels instead of a bunch of bags, which is a lot cheaper and a lot more space saving. So for the upcoming panels, I got a Celestia panel. We got Celestia's keychain. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out of their packaging so you can see them better. We have Sunburst. Very close. Well, actually, they didn't have shining armor, or she didn't have shining armor, so I grabbed Sunburst. But I do have a Sunburst panel coming up. And there is another creator on Kickstarter that made all stallion enamel pins for My Little Pony, like all My Little Pony stallion characters, which is very rare. I usually see when merch is made, stallions consist of maybe Sunburst, Shining Armor, and sometimes Big Macintosh, and that's about it. So the fact that they focused a whole campaign on stallions was really cool. And when those pins are already here, I got them at PVCF. I think I mentioned that in that video. That creator was at PVCF, so I was able to just collect my pins when I was there. But with the Sunburst panel, all of the stallion pins will be under his panel. Those will basically be a representation of the stallions. Whoops. And finally, we have Tempest Shadow. She only appeared, well, she technically appeared in the finale. She didn't say anything. Well, not the finale, but like the final two-parter for the last season. She did appear. She just didn't say anything because Emily Blunt is very expensive. But she is one of my favorite villains. And I love Starlight too, but Starlight has her own panel. So she is going to represent all of the villains, not the reform ones. Well, I might throw Sunset in there. Who knows? But I have some like Nightmare Moon stuff, Chrysalis stuff. I didn't grab their panels. I just grabbed Tempest because I really love her. She's really great in the movie, and Emily Blunt did a fantastic job. But she will have a full panel, and any like enemy or antagonist keychains or buttons or whatever that I have will go on her panel. So I did that with there were so many panels I couldn't buy every one I wanted. So some people are going to share, and I'll get more into that with that video whenever those panels and the bags come. But I got those 3 keychains of friendship. After that, I got more keychains. This is all again from Miss Melee. This is still Miss Melee. She had shaker charms. There are actually 4 different characters you could choose from. Luckily, 2 of them I really, really like. We have Princess Luna, and it's her butt on the back, so it's double-sided, front of Luna, back of Luna. And the shakers are stars, a moon, and some clouds, and Z's for sleep. And then we have a Zip Storm. Very cute. This might be easier to see too because she's lighter, but here's the back of her. Inside is a kind of like a rainbow. Think of like Rainbow Dash's Cutie Mark, just not quite that rainbow because she's fast and she flies. We have a magnifying glass because she was the detective in G5. That's kind of all she ended up being after a while. Not sure why they did that, but sure, fine, whatever. And I think the third thing is like these like visor or like glasses or goggles or something that I think Hitch gave her. I can't quite remember. I've only seen G5 once, and that's about it. That's probably not going to be watching it again anytime soon until we cover it on the podcast. Watch our podcast or listen to our podcast. But we still have all of G4 to go through, so that's going to be a ways away. I think that's what that last thing is. I can't quite remember, but we got the adorable Zip. I love Zip. The other 2 you could have chosen were Rainbow Dash, who I don't like, and then Derpy, who I'm very indifferent to. I know she's very popular with people, but I don't really latch onto background ponies the way other fans might. Oh dear, there it is. I'll grab these first, and then get to all the batches. So we've got some air fresheners. Here's Applejack. Smells like apples, obviously. And I think it says on there, apples. And we have Tiberius, and it smells like lavender. And if you did watch my Haunted collection, also by Miss Melee, I think a couple months ago, or actually last month, this is the exact same design that was used for the enamel pen for Tiberius in that collection. And finally, we have just all the badges. Just an illegal amount of badges. I'm going to put my paw back on for these because these aren't as big or these aren't as small. So I wanted to get my favorites, and then I went nuts on Sunday. So we've got, and I will show all of these. That's Starlight. I want to show these in a particular order. There she is. We have Trixie. Trixie's honestly not my favorite character. She never learns anything, but she and Starlight are best friends. So I kind of find myself this convention buying a lot of Starlight because she is one of my favorites, and Trixie because they're constantly together. The only reason I have you. I absolutely have a Starlight panel coming, and anything I have Trixie will go on Starlight's panel. So we've got Princess Luna. We got Princess Cadence. Was stuck. There you go. Got Princess Cadence. We have Celestia. You can probably see me picking around things. There's a reason for that. I have my other 2 in the back of me. Yeah, these two, and then we'll go through the rest. So I have Twilight. We got Applejack in the same pose we just saw. And now we have all G5. I initially planned to get 3 of them because I actually like 3 of them, but I loved Miss Melee's design so much I just got all 6 of them. So we have the main 6 from G5. We have Misty Bright Dawn. Those are the ones I like first. We have Pip Petals. She's my second favorite. And we have Zip Storm. That's my third favorite. And these are like my 3 favorite characters in the entire show as well. There's not a lot to choose from. Well, okay. Alphabet was pretty cool, and Queen Haven is always great, but there's like never any art or merch of either of them. So the rest of these, I don't care for their characters as much in the show because they butchered them, but I really, again, love Miss Melee's rendition of them and her style. So we've got, I didn't say Izzy Moonbo, sorry. We have Hitch Trailblazer. I think he came out the worst, but adorable, adorable badge. And Sunny Starkout, who is the main character, except she's not because she doesn't do anything. So that is it. That is our bag of Melee. I'm going to take time to put all these back. I'm not going to put the keychains in their plastic, though. I'm not going to bother with that. And put this Melee stuff over, I guess, over here? I don't know. And a business card. Next, we're just going to start pulling things. And I believe this is Afro Thunder's Wonders. I paused backwards. She's the one that does the buttons. Really big buttons. And I'm just going to start, like every convention, grabbing more and more buttons until all of my Build-A-Bears each have their corresponding buttons. A few do already, but I'm very behind. And if you can see Fizzy, I can't remember, she does have her button from Afro Thunder's Wonder. I believe I have Caramel Malt and Barley Tender as well in the display stand. I just don't have their plushes. But this time I bought Luna, and I was really surprised that I don't have her already. It's insane. Or I lost her somewhere in the move. But it's crazy that I did not have Princess Luna already. I can't, but all of my pony merch, I've gone through it. So I don't have it. Or it fell out of the box. I don't know. These latter 3 will go second for Cadence. And we have Princess Celestia. I did want Shining Armor, but she ran out. So, and these next 3 are mascots. So we have Hoofwork. And these buttons will go with their corresponding plush now. We've got Sleepy. Oopsie. In their dragon costume thing, hoodie. Is that a hoodie? No, it's the dragon costume. Okay. And Mustard Mark. Oops. Ooh, I dropped. I held off on Deep Dish because she wasn't in the store. So there's nothing to stick her button on. I also got a lovely Discord pin from Afro Thunder's Wonders. That will go in the Discord only bag. That same person who's doing the Eat a Bag panels produced a Discord bag in that same campaign. Though Discord, because he's so wonkily shaped, he is not just a panel. He is a separate bag. So, and I think, mentioned it a few minutes ago, I think the label at least was created, but that should be shipped soon. And along with that pin, Afro Thunder just go ahead and gave me this Discord sticker to go with the pin. And that is it for Afro Thunder's Wonders. I will take my paws off from time to time to put things back. Like, I just can't, I'm not dexterous with these paws, especially because these paws are way too big. So we got Afro Thunder out of the way. I'm going to flip this over because, yeah, that works better. This next creator is someone I'd never heard of, new to, well, new to me. I won't say new to like Whinny City because I've only been to Whinny City now in 2018. So this was a creator that definitely does a lot of sewing. They had the gigantic like pony plushies that were about this long and went for like, starting at $1,200. Definitely couldn't afford that, but I could afford these smaller items. I got a set of princess keychain pillows, and these will all be attached to their panels. And of course, I have Luna. I have a Celestia because Celestia will have her own panel. Celestia is not super my favorite. I don't like hate her or anything. She's just not a favorite. But when I was going through like all my pony merch to find out how much of who and what I had to determine what panels I got, I had a surprising amount of Celestia merch. So I was like, I guess you get your own panel now. And of course, Cadence because she's adorable. And with Cadence, anything Shining Armor and if I have it, Flurry Heart will go on her panel when the time comes. So that's kind of like what I did with Trixie and Starlight. So I got those, and then, and I'm glad I got those the first day. I normally don't buy the first day, but I just grabbed them on like a whim, and then the next day, 2 of them were gone. So I'm glad I did that. After that, these are going to be harder to hold, but these are stickers. I'm only going to show you 4 of these. So, oh, I know why they're in order because I took pictures of them. I'll do Celestial because she's hard to see. Starlight. And I don't care, Fluttershy. So I won't show all 12 of these just to save time. But I really love these, and they just have a little saying underneath that corresponds with the character. So for Celestia, it's leadership. For Fluttershy, it's kindness. Starlight is forgiveness. And Twilight, of course, is magic. And I have all of the main 6, the 3 princesses, as well as Starlight, Trixie. I think Sunset Shimmer's in here too, because why not? These were kind of like a buy 5, get 1 free deal, something like that. So I think I just threw like Starlight, or not Starlight, Sunset in there too. But that was a person I didn't name. Sorry about that. Moonbeam Creates. But they were new to me this year. May not go back in. I'll just put these over there for now. Pillows in here, or not. The business goes and who that is. Okay, that is Moonbeam Creates. Next we have, we'll go ahead and do this. So let's pop back on. So this was a lovely gift from another volunteer. He went ahead and bought me this in the After Dark panel. Obviously, this is not 18 plus, or I wouldn't be showing it to you. But this is Angel Dust from from Hazbin Hotel. And they are an adult film star, so what they're wearing and their pose makes sense. And they are a spider, as you can see. They do have another pair of arms. He has another pair of arms. They're usually hidden in his body. They don't pop out very often in the show. When he does pop them out, they usually have machine guns attached to them. But yeah, my friend got me this, and unfortunately, I can't tell you who made it. So there is well, it's got the name Angel Dust, but there is a signature here, but I can't really read it. I don't know what it says. I tried reverse image searching this. The only thing I got was, I think, a Cosmic Arts on Etsy, which had a bunch of like art, for sale. But going by the description of the art, I don't know if that's the actual creator, because there are plenty of people and companies on Amazon, Etsy, Temu, eBay, Alibaba, you name it. They are stealing a lot of artist designs and selling their work or things with their work on it. So if that is the creator, I apologize. I just don't know. So if you any of you guys know who actually made this, please leave it in the comments. I feel bad about that. I try to do my due diligence. I want to tell you where I got all this cool stuff, so if you're interested, you can get it too. But in this particular case, I don't know who it is, and my friend didn't either. I asked him later on, and he just couldn't remember who he bought it from. So, but this is really cool, and I can't wait to put it up in the Helliverse next door. And next, we have something I can't open. I think Tarbuck Transom is the name of the creator. That's another new one for me. I'd never heard of them before. They do a lot of like leather engraving, and they also make like hand woven belts that have usually My Little Pony character like cutie marks and things on them. I went ahead and got a few cable management ties. So this one has Princess Luna's design on it. And this one has Twilight. I'll put this down. This has Twilight. And up for now. And this one has Starlight. And I will go ahead and remove both dogs for this. So you see the clasp here, just fold it over, over your cables, ones you're trying to keep together and bundle. You just snap it, and it'll keep your cables from going all over the place. So that was really cool. And I like the fact that it's something very, very useful, very functional, as well as cute, because it has My Little Pony characters on it. That was Tarbuck Transom. Putting paws back on. I put all these in Ziploc bags. That's what's failing me. So this next group is from My Little Ties. They are pretty much a staple of these things at this point. I did go ahead and show. I actually bought these at Ponyville Cider Fest. These two stained glass. I have Celestia and Luna. Unfortunately, when I got them home, the little sticky things that you used to cling them to whatever, I could not get those in. So I was praying My Little Ties would be there, and he was. So he has a special tool to put these in here. I think with the newer versions of the stained glass pieces, he said the holes are going to be bigger, so you shouldn't have this issue, but the older ones have very tiny holes. So yeah, I could not put them in. So that's why it's in this bag. I took this so he could help me fix it. I didn't buy it though at Whinny City, but I did buy this, also from My Little Ties. This is a light up badge. It's Luna, of course. And if you press this button, I do have like a little bit of video showing it cycling through. You should be able to see it now. It's just light in here. You see it changes color. You can also hit the button and keep it on one color. After I bought it, I just kept it on blue for probably obvious reasons, but I just thought this was really cool. And he also does customs. I don't think he does like art for it, but if you have art of a character, he can put it on this and make it and ship it to you. It'll function just like this. So I just thought that was really, really cool. But that was My Little Ties. Oops. We've got, oh, there we go. Another Miss Melee business card. And I know I have this business card because I met this person at Gateway Furmeet, but I always get their name wrong. Claire Lurk Labs. This is gorgeous. Oops, it goes like this. It is a keychain of Luna. It's huge, but it's hard to see. But right here, here, and here, there are little holes. So if you have any keychains with specifically this kind of clasp, you can put them through this hole because I've tested it. With the Princess Luna shaker that I got from Miss Melee, I actually tested that off camera, and it does fit in here. So if you have that kind of clasp, you can dangle more keychains from this. And unfortunately, if you don't, like, I'm about to show you this, but it also serves as an example. Like this star class is not going to fit. So what you might need to do if you have a bunch of like star class or heart class or ones like that, you can put not a bobby pin. Oh my gosh, the safety pins, or not the safety. Well, you put the safety pin in here. I'm trying to think of like there's another kind of pin, like office supplies. I can't think of what it is, but You can put those in here and then dangle this from that. So there are multiple ways to get this to work. But I just thought it was beautiful. I absolutely love this. And she's Luna, she's great. And the second item I actually didn't buy. The creator gave me this because I watched their booth. And I assured them, you don't need to give me anything. This is my job. Actually, I think I was off duty when I did it, but whatever. I don't really care. I'm a volunteer through and through. So if as a vendor, you need my help, you need me to do so, I'll do it. I don't care. But they insisted on giving me this adorable shaker of Rainbow Dash up top, and Applejack is the shaking part, and the bottom part is like her farm. And I just thought it was really cute. I have something very similar that I also bought from Clairlux Labs at Gateway Fermi. It has Discord at the top, and it has, I think, Fluttershy either as the shaker or in the bottom. That is over there, is waiting on that Discord bag, because that will go in that bag. But I just thought this was really cute. And I was going to buy it anyway, but I do appreciate that. It was really, really sweet of them to offer. But yeah, that's not, just for the record, why I volunteer to get free things from people. No, that's not really going to happen. So don't think if you volunteer, people will just give you things, because they will not. Don't do that. That was something really nice, and they remember me from GFM as well. Can't open darn back. Next is Techie Cutie. I did not get there. Oh, they didn't have business cards, but their style's pretty distinct. So we've got two standees. One is Starlight on one side and a bunch of books on the other. In this corner where I'm putting everything else will be the completed standee, so you know what this is supposed to look like. And there's the bottom piece in the middle. But for the sake of this video, I'm not putting it together. But I got Starlight and I got Trixie because I must buy them together for reasons. So if I get a very cute Trixie who's falling over, holding a little magic wand. On the back is her caravan, and then the middle is the base piece, and that again will be in the same area, all put together. That was Techie Cutie. I think we're getting close, and then we have the charity option. Next is Umla's art. I wasn't familiar with them either. I bought a bunch of stuff from them. We will start with some keychains. They had this 8-bit look to the ponies. I really fell in love with that. Well, I might have to leave my paw off so I can take these out of the packaging. Oops. We have a Twilight 8-bit, like pixelated. I really, really love that. I think it's just so cute. Love that style. We have an Applejack. As much Applejack things I got, I did not get her a panel of her. I don't know why. I kept going back and forth, but I have a lot of Applejack stuff, so I should have gotten the panel. I think for the main 6, this creator for the Eat It Back panel will have them, just not any of the other characters later on. And of course it'll cost more, but whatever. I'll get Applejack later. Maybe I can sweet talk sticking a panel of her onto my order before she ships. So we've got Luna, who may be hard to see because she's so dark, but big pin, very cute. And we have a Celestia. And as you noticed, this is the type of clasp you can use on that big Luna keychain I just showed you. So I have a Luna here, and I have one for Miss Melee. So 2 of those are already filled. In addition to those, I almost got Starlight and Trixie, but I saw this instead. Come on. Also a keychain, but see if I can do this. And this has the star class, so it won't work, but these aren't Luna anyway, whatever. So we've got, oh no! Yeah, we'll just do this. So we've got Starlight and Trixie. And if you move them close together, there is a magnet in there. So they do, if I can do this without Starlight breaking. Yeah, there you go. They're adorable little double keychain of them. There's also a standee of this, just, the keychain's gonna be cheaper, but I love this. I thought it was really, really cute. I just love their friendship. They are a cute little duo. There is an artist, I think Bob the Dalek on DeviantArt that has a lot of comics with like this weird love triangle between Starlight, Trixie, and like Sunburst is in there. I'm not a shipper. If you listen to our podcast, you know I hate shipping, but I'm okay with that shit because it's funny. In addition to the keychains, we have a lot of stickers. Ever since I got a sticker book, which I haven't filled yet, I do have it over there somewhere. I've been starting to get more stickers. In the past, I avoid them because, again, I don't like sticking to things. Stickers are permanent. They aren't. You can get them off, but that's just how I feel it, and I don't like sticking them to my stuff. But with the sticker book, I've started getting more of them. These are also 8-bit. I will pick 4. I'll do what I did with the other person and just pick a few. So we'll try and show you people that don't have keychains. I almost got the Trixie and Starlight keychains for this the 8-bit as well, but it's kind of redundant. I just got the class one, so I will show you Rarity, Starlight. Look at this Fluttershy in the other group too. Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie. And this is another like buy 4 or 5, get something free, something, whatever. So that's why I got all of those. But I also thought they were really cute. And extra. Yeah, there we go. But that was Umles art, or art by Umles. And I think this is the final creator for the charity auction. This is Amanda Almonds. I'll get these smaller things out. Got a couple posters from them. One is Chrysalis. Not my favorite villain, but she is really. I like the character. She's just not a favorite villain, but I love this print. It's a great rendition of Chrysalis. There's a spot it's gonna go up over there. That's kind of the villain wall where my windows are. So they're kind of framed around there, but I'll move something down and move her up there, and she'll fit. So I love this. I have Misty Bright Dawn, my fave of G5, with the good hair color. I really love Amanda Allen's style. It's just really cute. There's only like a single, like, not even a wall, like a line of G5 next to my bathroom door, my ensuite. But she'll go underneath where the other pictures are, but she'll fit. And then I have some smaller postcards, and these are crossovers between My Little Pony and Hazbin Hotel. So we have basically Hazbin Hotel characters as ponies. I'm gonna put my paw onto this. We've got Vaggie. And her signature spear that she will use to keep everyone safe. We have Emily, one of our archangels. Kind of hard to see that she is a pony, but hoops. She is in pony form. And the very excitable Charlie Morningstar. And I have one more thing from this creator. I didn't buy this though. This was also a freebie from a different volunteer. After we got done putting things away in the storage and we were dispersing to go home, he offered me a keychain, and he happened to have Starlight, so I grabbed her. And I think I asked him where he got them from, and he couldn't remember who he bought it from. Luckily, I usually do research to make sure the merch is paired with whomever who it's supposed to be. But I went on to Amanda Almond's socials, and they had like YCH and stuff that looked like this. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is Amanda Almond. So yes, very, very cute Starlight keychain. And it'll go well with her panel. And that is it for the vendors. I'll put this over here, and hopefully nothing gets squished. And there were a bunch of freebies. I'm not going through all of that. It's just we don't have time. So now charity auction. So I mentioned how I wanted to own all of the plushies for all the mascots, and Deep Dish unfortunately was not available. And I don't know if she'll ever come back. I think it's a demand thing, but like Fizzy showed up one year, and that's the year I got her. She hasn't shown up since. Like she sold out a long time ago, but I haven't seen her come back. So I don't know if any of them will come back. And that was kind of disheartening because I really, really wanted the entire set. And then this lot appeared that had the entire set and some other things. And I kind of thought about it because it's like, well, Deep Dish is part of it, and she's the one you need, but you have everyone else, so you'll just have duplicates of all the other characters. I was like, I don't care. I don't know if she'll come back. This might be the only time I can get Deep Dish, so I bid, I bid, and I actually obviously won. So I got my 4 characters, but twist, these are signed. These are actually signed by all of the guests of honor except Chris Britton. So here is the Deep Dish plush I wanted. She's very big. Not as big as she's close to Hoofwood size, but like not in real life, but like next to each other, Hoofwood's gonna be the biggest. But she's still a big plush, and again, well made like all the others. But you have, I think, Kazumi Evans over here. No, I'm sorry. This is Lauren. That's Lauren Jackson. We've got Andrea Libben. We've got Kazumi Evans on this leg, and we got Agnes on this leg. So this is actually a bigger lot than I realized because, excluding Agnes, because if you bought something from her, she would sign it for free. The other 3, their their signatures cost money. So I've got 3 free signatures on this plush alone, and it added up because they are all like this. So I have a signed Deep Dish who is adorable. She is cute. We've got Hoofwork. I'm going to grab him because he's falling out anyway. He's fallen because I took Deep Dish out. But again, he is completely signed. We've got Jackson up there. We have Andrea here, Kazumi here, and then Agnes. And I'm tangled up. And you saw Hoofwork last year at Ponyville Cider Fest because I have another one of him. The other version of him is at work still. We have another Sleepy Bean. I am so happy. I don't care that I have 2 Sleepy Beans. They are so cute. I think I understand this people's fascination with Sleepy Bean. But we've got another plushie of them, and I think each of his legs or each of their legs were signed. And we've got a mustard mark buried in there somewhere because he is tiny. Again, same thing, legs. Because he is also tiny. But that is what I wanted. This is it. This is the set. And I'm going to display them. I'm actually going to get a different curio cabinet, and it'll just mainly be worthwhile events merch. These guys may be on top of it because as of right now, they do not fit in there. Where they would go, the Wild Mains toys are, so everything won't fit. So they're going to sit on top for now, just on the cabinet. But I will get a new one that's just going to be worthwhile, or just con merch, basically. Mostly worthwhile events, but some other stuff too. And the Wild Mains one will go in the dining room. But I might actually get a collector's box for these, like a small one on top, just to protect them because they are indeed signed. But yeah, this is what I wanted. I'm very, very happy. I do not care that I have multiple of some of these characters. But we're actually not done because there is another bag of stuff. And there's one thing in this bag too. I think it's buried. Come here. So this also came with a lanyard. It says Smile Badge. I don't know what that is, but this is from Whinny City PonyCon 2020. This is the Superhero Showdown or Smackdown. I think it's Showdown. But this was an online con. So on here, Smile Badge might have been the special badge for that convention. But it has a name on it, Vanillor. I don't know what that is. A random badge, or it maybe it's one of the mascots in their superhero. I have no earthly clue what this is, but it came with that. it came with the lanyard for 2020, and as you can see, Sleepy's not on it, so they didn't exist then. Decently colored. I do like the blue. And then it has a pin I do already have. This is from Old Chicago, 2018. It, of course, is going to have the 3 main mascots. So we've got those. And there's nothing else in this bag, so I'm going to put this bag over here. We have a whole other bag. So in addition to the plushies, we have pillows. So pillows of each of the mascots. Some of these were signed by, they were all signed by 3 to 4 of the guests of honor, excluding Chris. And they're kind of like, there we go, Fizzy behind me. So this is Fizzy Glitch that I got from Ponyville Cider Fest when this was in the store. It's kind of like that. So we've got Mustard Mark, and he is signed by Lauren Jackson, Kazumi Evans, and Agnes. I don't think Andrea made it to this one, so I don't see her signature anywhere. It's a very, very cute pillow. And they, as you can see, they are double-sided. They're different on each side. We have a hoofwork. Oh no, hoofwork stuck. And hoofwork was signed by Lauren, Agnes, and Kazumi. We don't have. Oh, I'm sorry, Andrew's over here. So he is also double-sided, but it's hard to tell. There's not a huge difference between each side. But he is signed by all 4, and he is double-sided. The next 2 I do have. They are just not full. They're not. They are not stuffed. We've got. Oh, Sleepy Bean was by my leg. This will be a little harder to hold. So deep dish, or I think superhero form. Agnes is signed on the side I'm looking at. On the other side, I think it has Andrea and it has Lauren. It doesn't have Kazumi. So yeah, they were probably frantically signing things in the back and just missed some things, but it's fine. And we've got Sleepy, who was by my leg. There we go. And Sleepy has Lauren, Andrea, and Agnes, and no Kazumi. So there's them in their dragon costume, I think holding a building maybe, or a thing of milk. And then like a dragon hoodie. So I don't understand this character. I do not. So I have all of those. I considered buying those actually from the store. I decided to just kind of hold off, but I didn't need to. I have them now. And I have 2 other items to show you. I don't know which of these is which. Okay. So the older banners that are around the con, they often stuff in random like bundles like this. So I mentioned the big tapestry looking main event stuff that's going to be sold the year of that con, and the main events banner will be sold that year of the con. If a if a department has a specific banner like registration or con op, the head of that group or the head of that section is allowed first dibs. If not, then they can pass it on to someone else in their section. So that's why you don't normally see like the registration or con ops or any of those banners available in the charity auctions. But a lot of the room ones are because it's not a department, it's just a room. So I got 2 of those. This is from Old Chicago 2018, and it's Mustard Mark. And this is actually signed by all of the guests of honor, including Chris Burton. So you're not going to see all of it. I'm too short. But you get a glimpse of Old Chicago. And that is really cool. Don't know where I'm going to put that. I can't put it in the basement because it doesn't fit the theme. It will probably be the first thing you see when you come in this door, like into my bedroom. Because that's where it's going to fit. And this one was signed by nobody. So I guess this may have been a last minute. Just throw this in there too. But this is from 2017. This just says Panel Room A. So I guess this is before they were naming the rooms after like the mascots. Because now it's Mustard Mark Room, Deep Dish Room, Hoofwork Room, and in our case this year Sleepy Bean Tent. But we've got Deep Dish. I think this is sports related. I'm not sure. I don't know what the theme was in 2017. I tried looking it up in their archives. I couldn't really find it. But yeah, you've got a Deep Dish and a backwards baseball cap. That's what makes me think it's like sports related. Like it could be the I don't know the what is baseball in Chicago? Sox and Cubs. I think yeah they got two. So I'm guessing it's sports related. I'm not really sure. But that was my charity auction haul. Very happy with that. Still mad I didn't get the Hoofworth tapestry, but it's fine. But yeah, I'm very very happy with this. I don't even care that I have duplicates of the characters because I have a full set of fully signed characters, which is already cool, and that will be displayed over there on the next curio cabinet I get. And with the others, the old Hoofwork will stay at work. He's not going to go anywhere. And when I thought I was done filming these things, I started to put a couple of these things away. I think I put Sleepy over here in my pile of pillows on my bed, and Mustard Mark was over here, or they were switched, whatever. So they're just kind of chilling in the back. So yeah, that is the other half of the video, all my vendors as well as the charity auction. So we are done, and I am tired and hungry. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed both videos, which is just one big video. I'm just trying to make it a little easier on you guys time wise. But I got just a great haul this year between my sponsor badge and just the cool stuff that is available in the con store. And there are so many great vendors. There are plenty of others I would have loved to buy things from, especially the plushy ones. I just can't afford those plushies. They're just too expensive. But we always have fantastic vendors every year. I think it is Screw Loose and Cosmic Keyframe are in charge. Well, they were from Whinny City, in charge of vendors, and they did a fantastic job just bringing a variety of talent. And with a charity auction, I showed you a few of the things in the last video. Many things were cool. A lot of things went above my budget. But I'm glad I was able to find something this awesome, kind of like the cornhole set that I got at Ponyville Cider Fest, which is hanging on my con wall right now. I think I should take a picture of that wall and put that in here somewhere. But yeah, I'm done. This was a lot, and I have no regrets. I have absolutely no regrets. It was great. It's just a fantastic year between what I did and just everything I bought. Always a fun time with the worthwhile events cons. So, you guys know the drill. If you like what I do, like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. August, I was going back and forth, and I kind of had to cobble something together in the last two videos because I didn't think about it. There was actually a musical artist I was going to review, but I think I may wait for January potentially. The rest of the year is going to get a little crazy. I have potentially two cons at Gateway Firming, of course, and get off my man. Ah. Where'd it go? Still there. Be gone, demon. Anyway, Gateway Firming for sure. Trying to go to Ponyville Cider Fest to volunteer. We'll see. And I may be going out of the country at the end of the year too. Maybe. I don't know. But it's going to get a little hectic. I also still have I think, September, October, November, December Persona Pins, I think 2024, the aesthetics. There's also a couple other Persona Pins related things. I think I got January of 2025 by mistake. Not by mistake. I didn't cancel fast enough, so I'll squish that with one of them. And then they did have a Egyptian god campaign that was really cool. I actually didn't get any of those pins. I got a couple small things. I just couldn't decide. I knew I would spend too much money. I was going to grab them later. So that's the only reason why I didn't get anything. But I will stick that on top of the other video. So that will be probably September, maybe. So for August, I am going to. This isn't the best time to do this. I should have done this either before the summer or like before like Christmas when people are traveling. But I will be busy with the conventions on my channel for that. So I'm just gonna do some more bags. And what I should be doing is some D&D and stuff. I don't think I've done that all year. I'm also aware I haven't done any video games this year, and I absolutely have video games to talk about. There is one major one that may be coming out in, I can't remember if it was Q3 or Q4 of this year. If that is the case, I want to unbox that when it comes out. Hopefully it won't conflict with the con stuff. I'll have to see. And the thing it's paired with is Long Done. So that's kind of why I haven't done video games. I will try and step that up next year. But for August, I'm actually gonna do some bags, and they are not Eda bags. I've had these for uh the board game bag, the bag of holding. I've had since at least 2024 because it went with me to Japan. That is when I first tested it. And the board game bag took a while to get to us, but I have tested it multiple times, not overseas because I have to check it, but I have taken it to multiple conventions. So both of them have gotten their mileage out of it. Like they're not worn out. That's not what I mean. I have used them. I can tell you from experience what these bags are like. So I will be doing the board game or the bag of holding by Rollicrit and the board game bag, unfortunately, by the creator I forgot. But they're both very interesting bags. They both have a lot of pluses and some minuses, particularly weight with a bag of holding. But yeah, I will get into those in August, so look forward to those. Until then, I hope you guys had a good rest of your July. And I am now going to shower because I went to the gym and I didn't bother showering because I'm going to do this. So shower and eat lunch. And while I'm eating lunch, I'm going to test and make sure the Long Walk DVD or Blu-ray works. So I'm going to be crying in a couple. What's a depressing movie? Good movie. Very depressing. So that's going to be the rest of my day. That and editing this. So until August. Goodbye.